This is our Viva for week 8 and 9 of our second year. And in this week, we really grounded our monologues, both of them.
Yeah.
Because in the following week, week 9, we had our assessment.
Yeah.
We also had our self-tapes to hand in.
Yeah, we had to make sure that we actually had these monologues down.
Yeah. So the lessons that we were doing were very repetitive.
Yeah, they were, but I guess that's kind of just rehearsing in general.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be like that, you know, same sort of methods, same sort of techniques, same sort of ways that we'd already done, but it was applying it to our pieces, both our pieces, because we had to choose which ones we were going to do for the assessments.
Yeah.
You know, which ones we were going to do in a self-tape. So in this week, we also learned how to self-tape.
Yeah, that was a bit of like a short notice sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit of last minute thing. Like, oh, here you go, guys, you're going to self-tape this now. We was like, what? So we had the self-tapes.
I'll tell you what, I did not rehearse my self-tape ones at all. The only times I actually did my rehearsal for self-tapes was the day of self-taping.
That's what I did. I ended up binning off my Romeo and Juliet one. And I just did the one that I did last year, for Scratch Night. No, not for Scratch Night, for Monologue Slam. You know, I don't think anyone took the self-taping serious. I think
it's kind of hard to. It's kind of hard to. There's no one judging you in front of you. Most of the time you're in the room by yourself. You also could, if you mess up, you can do it.
Just record it.
Do it again. You literally have so much freedom doing that. But in that, you've got to make sure that you actually do it right.
No, Archie, did you do your assessment? Like, what did you do for? Because I know you done yours early.
I did mine in here with Leanne and Tom, just literally a few days before everyone else.
And did you do your self-tapes?
No.
Really?
You didn't do something?
No, because I've not had time, is the issue.
So you was in Mexico though?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was learning them on the plane, so I've got them learned. I just haven't had the time to do them.
Yeah, well,
That's fair enough.
But this is all allegedly.
Yeah.
Leanne, if you're watching this, they've been handed in.
The examiners are going to like this one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is giving it the finishing touches though. So, I think this is when everything just came together. You know, we was in the playing stage for our monologues.
Yeah.
I then figured out I want to play Macbeth as an English gangster. Figured out my set. I figured out how I'm going to do my other one. I knew exactly how I was going to play it. I think the assessments, we literally came in for 5 minutes and went.
Yeah.
Turned up, done and went home.
Didn't think it was going to be like that.
And you literally, it's no pressure, nothing.
I
Just
thought
walked
there'd be
up
a
there,
lot-
got on stage, done, and we walked off.
I thought it would be more pressure.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because it was in the AMT
Theatre,
as well.
yeah. And that's exactly what I thought. I thought they'd go up there and do them and it'd be a lot more pressure. But it wasn't. It was just so easy and simple,
Yeah.
you know? I'm trying to think what else we can really talk about, you know? What else did we do during that week? So we had the archetypes with Ryan. We done the archetypes with Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we done that one. When we was walking around doing the archetypes, that was good.
Yeah.
Just sort of, we was in and out because we were filming the self-tapes, but knowing what an archetype really was, for me it was a bit more of a refresher seeing as I didn't do it during Careers Week. But going through the archetypes, knowing how Macbeth is, knowing how my other character was, how the vulnerability plays into it, how the levels of tension plays into it, it was a useful week.
Yeah,
you know, like there was a lot of learning that was in that week, and I feel like that actually really helped.
Yeah.
It was monologue, because when I was doing my method acting beforehand, like the hour before the show, and I was living as Macbeth, and usually method acting is a lot longer, but I knew how it was. I knew the archetype was like the paranoid sort of soldier. I knew how I was going to play him. I knew exactly, and because of that lesson, that was how I knew.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise I wouldn't have a clue. I wouldn't even thought about it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought, like I knew he was paranoid, but I wouldn't have thought, oh hey, he's a paranoid soldier. How do they carry themselves? How do they move? How do they talk? How do they interact with other people? And I think it's just a bit more of a helpful insight to know.
Yeah, quite helpful.
I mean, that was really it.
That is basically.
For them, like, there's not much to add on. It was more just rehearsing,
Yeah, rehearsed, did the assessment.
learning,
done.
doing the assessments, self-tapes, bang, done,
Yeah.
bish, bash, bosh. That was it.
Yeah, simple, but there was quite a lot in it as well.
Yeah, but like,
Not much
there's so
that
much in it, but there's so much. It's so simple. There's not much to explain.
Yeah.
You know, like we can do the Viva and all, but there's not much to say about it except from what we've said. You know, it was what it was.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just the simplest way to put it, I think. Right.